All right, N.O.G.A.S. podcast. We're back from a crazy weekend. Great productive weekend at the WideScreen Film Festival that happened at AMC Aventura. Jarrod, last name is?
Knowles, like Beyonce.
Jarrod Knowles. Okay.
Jarrod Knowles like Beyonce.
Like Beyonce, yeah.
I'm gonna hashtag that to see if we get her.
Because I say Knowles, and then they're like, how do you spell it? I'm like Beyonce, and then they know exactly what to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's convenient. That's convenient. And Jessica Rivero.
Yeah, Rivero.
Makeup artist.
Mm-hmm. You can follow me on Makeup by Jessica. JESSIKA.
Are we giving plugs already?
Yes.
Jesus.
You gave yours first.
Yeah, well, okay. So yeah, here we are. Took a little bit for you to get here, man. It's Miami traffic. Are you used to this yet already? You're a Broward dude, right?
Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Miami, so I know how it is. But it was, it's always hell getting down here.
No, great, cool, man. So you've been here for 9 years, and you've been running this film festival stuff for 4. This is the 4th annual widescreen film festival.
Yep.
For music videos and short films.
Short films. We also do features as well.
So you came over here, hit the ground running.
Yeah, man, that's typically what immigrants do, huh?
It totally is. They live
Literally
better
hit
than me. Yeah, they live better than me. I lived here my whole life and don't own anything.
Yeah. No, you come in and it's it's the line of opportunity, so you try to capitalize on that as
9
fast
years
as possible.
Yeah, 9 years he's running a multicultural, multi-global type of film festival, and I've been here 31 years, and I'm running a podcast. You know what I mean?
There's
it's
nothing
like
wrong with that, man. Everyone has their niche.
Out of your house.
Right, out of my house. Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Oh, this is your house?
Well, I keep this up, and I'm gonna be out of my house for real.
Oh, wow.
Not generating anything. No, this is not my house. I wish it was. This would
Okay.
be the best place in the place.
Yeah,
in the
nice
building.
view, and you got a bathroom that with a sign labeled men,
Right.
so in case you get confused.
Yeah, this is very similar to my old house at the public park across the street on 19th. But
this one actually has a roof.
right.
That is cool.
It's great. It's awesome that you even are doing this. Like, let's get into the first year. How crazy was that, organizing that, and how well did that go?
Well, the first year actually is miraculously, it was myself and 3 other women actually that we worked together. It was myself, Karen Slosowski, Alexandra Bayo, and Beyonce.
Okay.
And they all, respectively, Beyonce was in charge of PR, Alexandra was in charge of programming, and we had Karen in charge of marketing.
Okay.
And,
Is Beyonce's last name Knowles as well? Because that'd be funny.
Yeah. Someone actually made that joke, like I'm Beyonce Knowles, because it's like it'll sound just like Beyonce, kind of. Yeah. So.
Damn, somebody beat me to the punch. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that would be funny.
Sorry for interrupting. Continue.
No, you're good. But basically, we were able to pull it off in a short time period of just 4.5 months, like the planning, execution, and everything. And it came about as a result of, me being, going through one of the worst periods of my life, like as far as being depressed, being in in sort of a state where, I was just down and out. And, during that time, I didn't even want to come out of my room. I was so depressed. And, I just used to stay in my room because all I wanted to do was dream. And the place I was in my dreams where I was happy, I didn't want to come out of my room until I could experience that same happiness outside my door.
Yeah.
And that's when God just spoke to me in a still small voice, and he just said, do a festival. And I knew it was God because at the end of the day, I myself wouldn't have thought of doing something like that because I was so full of myself and all I cared about was my own screenings, my own success, my own events. Like, Jessica could tell you because, when you hit the last event that you attended, which was just a year before, was my premiere for my feature film, What Lies Beyond. So it's all about me. I'm the director, I'm the producer, me.
The one-man show.
Pretty much. And I was comfortable with that. And, God just showed me, like in the most practical way that your true success will come when you care about other people's success first, So.
Yeah, it's funny how it happens when you're getting into a mode of depression and your only remedy is to stay busy and productive.
Yeah.
Right? That's usually how it happens because I was totally in the same boat. A couple years ago I was just same thing you said. But to me, God didn't speak to me. My mom told me to get out and get a job, so I had to like do something. But it's the same type of.
That was really God.
Yeah, exactly. God
Right.
speaks to people sometimes
Yeah.
too. But in my case, I had no one to, I
He
lived
brought you
alone.
a physical.
Yeah, with a lot of
person.
F-bombs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And a lot of losers, a lot of name calling. But whatever. Thank you, God. Thanks.
Yeah.
But just the way that we get into this mode of depression, and then we get inspired to do something, and you took it to another level. Like how did you even manage to get so many people involved in the first year that you did that film festival?
Well, quite honestly, here in South Florida especially, there is a whole bunch of filmmakers and artists that have great content. However, there's very limited outlets for them to express their work. So it's a huge demand for outlets of expression, especially here in South Florida. And not to mention the fact that, festivals are political and, quite frankly, festivals discriminate. And let me explain what I mean by that when I say festivals discriminate. Because I'll explain exactly, how I can come to that conclusion. And it's because of the fact that when you submit your work to a festival, a lot of times your film is not chosen based off merit. A lot of times your film is just, based off who you know and who you're sleeping with, quite frankly.
Really?
That's essentially what it comes down to in a lot of cases with film festivals. For example, if you're my homeboy and you produce a music video, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say for some reason your music video might not be as good quality as another music video from, some Far East country that has the quality and everything. At the end of the day, because you're my homeboy, I'll show your video.
Yeah.
You see, and perhaps I think, hey, you're local too, so you'll probably bring more people. You know what I mean? Okay. So these are some of the deciding factors. And when I say they're political, it comes down to exactly what I said just right there. For example, if someone is a bit more famous or has more of a reputation or has more of a pull when it comes to audience, you tend to choose their project over someone who maybe has a better quality and is more deserving based off the fact that, hey, if I help you, it'll help me. You see? So for that reason, that's why festivals can become very political. So I'll keep it real with you. Widescreen is essentially, it follows a typical festival, it follows a typical way of doing things when it comes to a film festival. The fact that everyone pays a submission fee, and then we have our judges choose what they think should screen. Yeah. Basically, we have an executive team that goes over what the judges do, and they can overrule or not. That's how it works. Everyone pays the fee. No one's guaranteed acceptance. So, case in point, we get about over 600 submissions, and we choose maybe 100 to screen.
Nice. So the first year you had about 600 submissions?
Well, no, that first year we did about 338.
And how did you even get the word out that you were taking submissions for like films and music videos? Was it like the team that you mentioned before that they promote, or do they have PR? Did you have a PR firm?
Well, yeah,
Karen.
Karen was in charge of marketing, and Dion did the PR, but it wasn't so much the marketing and PR per se. I mean, it was effective. Don't get me wrong, but the most our system that we use called Film Freeway. That's what I attribute. The most credit to Film Freeway.
And withoutabox.com.
Well, no, not Without a Box. No,
they suck, or
no, you definitely not Without a Box. I mean, Without a Box has essentially taken advantage of filmmakers for such a long time because they were the only way to submit to festivals, and the fees they charge are just ridiculous. And as a festival, it's even worse because the cut that they give you is just, it doesn't make sense. But Film Freeway came out and changed all of that. Film Freeway revolutionized the industry of festival submissions. And they introduced very fair, where it's free for filmmakers to submit, and for film festivals, you pay a very, very small percentage of your earnings to Film Freeway, where it's fair and reasonable.
Nice, good.
So that's the system we used.
That's awesome. And how much research did you do on that first year to even come up with this? And what were your first couple steps when you wanted to start off a film festival?
To be honest, that's why I say it's God inspired, because quite frankly, with doing an event like this, it takes sometimes 5-10 years of planning to do something like this. But truthfully, it all took place in 4.5 months. I kid you not. I believe in miracles. That was certainly a miracle. And, essentially not much research was done on my part at all. I mean, the fact that, God spoke to me and I sat down at that time, because remember I told you I didn't want to come out of my room, but at that time when God did speak to me, I did actually leave my room that time, and I sat at the table and I went ahead and I just started writing out the business plan, and the ideas and thoughts just started to flow.
Nice.
And I have my background's entrepreneurship. I've been working for myself since 2013. I've never worked for anyone, and so creating a business from the ground up comes naturally for me. When it comes to planning all the aspects of it and all the moving parts, it comes natural for me. So I took a lot of that same knowledge and applied it to the inspiration I got from God at that moment, and I just started writing. I'm like, look, I could do this. I have done events before. I mean, never a festival, but I have done events. So I realized, okay, well, I have access to the theater, right, with AMC, because we did the event with them. We've been doing that since 2014 now. I have access to the theater. All I need to do is get maybe like an all-day access, and we'll go ahead and instead of screening my films, we'll just screen other people's films. It was simple.
Cool, man. Yeah, it all sounds simple in theory, but to really draw this out and plan it and make the right calls to people, and a lot of them flake out, and then getting other people on board when there's not really a huge budget. I don't know what your financial situation is, but like, when
it's hard.
It's very hard.
It's hard.
Super hard.
It is.
It really takes a good belief
and a
system
team
and a good team
to put everything together.
For sure. So
Definitely.
I tried to tell my mom that too. I was an entrepreneur. And she told me I was full of manure. Like, to shut up and go out and get a job.
That is hilarious, by the way. Full of manure. Yeah, that's the thing. I could say that, parents tend to, especially traditional parents, like my parents too. I mean, they support what I do, but for the most part, they would have appreciated and probably been more in favor of me getting the 9 to 5, because it's a steady paycheck.
Or becoming a doctor or a lawyer.
Or a tour guide or whatever. Even that would have been like...
In Dean's case,
steady paycheck,
The cook at Burger King would have been better than anything.
Burgers and stuff. I mean, hey, it's a guaranteed paycheck, so I think, but in pursuing your dreams, it comes at a price. There's days when I've starved. I'll keep it real. But, at the end of the day, I just realized that, look, this will pay off one day. The people who you work for, who you're going to go and work for, I bet you they went through a similar struggle and just didn't give up. And now, they have an opportunity to provide you to go work for them 9 to 5 and hopefully get a pension,
It was awesome.
So
let me give a quick recap for the people who didn't go. It happened last weekend. It was a 3-day event.
Yep, Friday to Sunday, yeah.
Friday was the screening of all the films and music videos.
No, Friday was the meet and greet.
The meet and greet, which happened at AMC as well?
No, the meet and greet took place at the, that was at the Days Thunderbird Beach Resort.
Oh, okay.
Sunny Isles, yeah.
So it was like a drink type of thing, like a bar, lounge area, poolside?
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah, I wish I would have gone to that. But then Saturday was the AMC screening of all the films and music videos.
When was the party bus? On Friday?
Friday night, yeah.
Friday.
Oh, also a
I
party
should've
bus.
gone.
That was fun. That was fun, yeah. We had a lot of fun. We turned up.
That's what's up. And then Sunday was the actual awards ceremony at AMC, and the blue carpet with the backdrop, and you had people like the Mayor of Aventura there.
Channel 7.
Enid Weissman, very nice, lovely lady. You had Channel 7, showed up a little late, but whatever. The Stoneman Douglas students, about a few of them, and the teacher, Mr.
Certainly.
Gardner of the film program over there, that they presented awards. You had a beautiful intro award giving thing to the kids of Stoneman Douglas, right?
Certainly.
You gave them what award was that you gave them? Just like an appreciation award or whatever.
Yeah, we presented that award to them. One of our sponsors, a guy named Ron, he actually gave me the idea to say, hey, it would be good to, give them some sort of a gift. And then, either it could be, something financial, or we can give them something that, they'll have forever. So we decided on, giving them that trophy. Now, the eagle is their school symbol.
Okay.
So we thought it would be appropriate to give them, a trophy of an eagle. And essentially, that award was presented to them for their courage, faith, and resilience. That's exactly what's written on it. Their courage, faith, and resilience despite the tragedy they faced. And just letting them know that, we're here with them. Our hearts go out to them, and we support them.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it took a lot of guts to even come out there. And after something like that happened, the school shooting, man, because it's crazy there.
I can imagine. You can only imagine.
And they were all smiles and laughing, too. They were, in good spirits.
Exactly. And that's what we wanted. Our goal was to get their mind away from the negative and just to sort of, focus on the positive that lies ahead. Going through a tragedy like that, I mean, it must be disturbing. It's something that would, be with you for the rest of your life, quite frankly. Going through something like that is traumatizing, but at the end of the day, it helps by going through positive experiences and things to sort of lead you to a more positive way of thinking.
Yeah, for sure. Because something like that happened, God forbid, to me, I would stop school altogether.
Right.
Good
time to drop
homeschooled.
out. Huh? Yeah.
Watch YouTube for anyone who want to learn that day.
For anyone who wanted to ever drop out of high school, that was the perfect time, right?
Yeah, dude. It was, and they're there presenting. Music video award goes to. They're like presenting and stuff.
Yeah. It was so good to see them happy. That was our goal, So I feel good about that.
And then the mayor of Aventura was there.
Yeah.
Jessica here, talked to her for a little minute. And I think one of the first questions she asked was, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then the mayor looked at her like, "Well, this is Aventura, and I'm the mayor of it." So
really,
I guess
is that what you asked the mayor for? Real?
Maybe.
Wow, that's the second time you remember the first time.
What was the
first time I did not mess up.
What was the first time?
He played a horrible joke on me, and I was like, "What the?"
What happened?
Well, basically, you want
With
me to
a
say
text message. Go, you say it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, when I said, "Hey, just so you know, the mayor of Aventura is going to be there and everything. I hope you're excited, to interview them." And then she responds back and she says, "Oh well, let him know I'm so excited to interview him." And I'm like, "Jessica, it's a she." And I'm like, "She's right here with me, and she saw that, and she's not happy."
Hell no.
So that's
how did she saw that?
No, she didn't see
She
it.
didn't
That was the
see
joke.
it.
Yeah.
He told me.
I wasn't with her. She didn't see it. No, I was just joking with her to sort of, get her all
Yeah,
parried
but I
out.
responded very well to that message.
Yeah,
just
she
in
did.
case she saw the
What did you
message.
reply back?
Very intelligently, yeah.
What did you
See?
say?
Very intelligent. I don't even remember.
Oh yeah, she doesn't remember. She was just like, "Oh well, let them know I'm sorry. That'll never happen again." Etc.
I said the message was not intended for her. It was intended for you.
Right.
Oh, okay. Very political.
And
Okay.
basically, I was just saying, like, I responded. I was really trying to get her good. So I was like, she says, "Who are you? What's the name of your company?"
Right. No, she was very gracious, man. I gotta say, Jessica talked to her for a minute, and it's best that Jessica talks to her, because if I talk to her, because she asked Jessica, "What is this for?" And Jessica said, "No.G.A.S podcast," and then she was like,
Dean
"Oh,
would have
okay,
been like,
sure."
"No one gives a shit."
Right, which is what the podcast means, the acronym for it, and it means that because you know how hard it is to get attention and an audience,
right?
Because most people see you, they think they know you, and they support you as a friend, kind of. But if you want them to go to your actual festival or whatever it is you're throwing, it's hard for them.
Oh yeah.
You know
It's
what I
hard.
mean?
Yeah, I hustle people. Honestly, that's my way of doing it. People always ask me, "How do I get my events sold out?" or "How do I get so many people?" Honestly, I just hustle people, man, straight up.
Right.
I hustle people, and they thank me later. Like
Exactly.
I chase people down. I'm like, "Yo, did you get your ticket yet? Did you get it? Look, I'll give you a discount. Guess what? It ends
He
at
sends
midnight."
a million messages, a million text
So
messages.
That's everybody. I do a lot of marketing, and
Yeah.
sure, sometimes I get shit for it every now and then.
And
People
how many
like, "Oh,
of your-
Jarrod's so annoying," but at the end of the day, everyone who I hustle, they always thank me later. They're like, "Oh,
was a good
thank you
event.
so much. It was good. I had fun."
Yeah,
So
exactly.
That's what I do.
So
And
that's
I'll
what,
do that until it gets to a point where
You don't have to do it anymore.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's what the acronym is about.
Yeah.
People don't at first, but they should, and eventually, once strangers see that it's good events, people that you know will give a crap. I'm gonna clean it up because the mayor might watch. I don't know.
That's true.
Sorry,
That
Mrs.
is
Mayor.
true. I did say the S
thank
word
you.
earlier. Dang.
Did you? It's okay. Yeah, I'll bleep it out. It's okay.
Cool.
You said it again, though, so that's twice.
I'm counting. I'm counting twice. But that's what the podcast means, and it's not supposed to be like a vulgar. But I did want to ask her, hey, are you able to get discounts for apartments around here? Because I would love to live in Aventura. I would love it.
Hey.
She's listening, maybe.
That's probably one of the easiest jobs, and not to discredit her or say anything, but like, Aventura is such a beautiful city. Like, it's awesome. I would love to live there. I used to work there for many years, but every building I can name you, the Turnberry to Mystic Point Island to, of course, the mall, which is renovated so much that I barely even recognize it anymore.
They took out the food court, which is sad.
Now it's a more fancy food court, which I'm okay with.
Oh, they did? They
Yeah.
okay.
They turned that whole wing into like a playground and water thing, and they put real restaurants in, so it's not fast food anymore, but it's like quick food. Okay. I think there's a difference.
Gotcha.
So no, she must be doing a great job. So Thank you, Mrs. Mayor. And if you can give me a discount on one of those condos, I'd greatly appreciate that. A guest house, a studio, I don't care.
In his case, he could only probably afford an efficiency.
Maybe a closet.
Right, yeah.
A closet.
A closet, a doghouse in the back. I'm sure out there the dog houses are like a guest house.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I'll take that too. Wherever. The promenade. I love Aventura. It's a great city. But no, it was a great time, man. I really gotta commend you and praise you for everything that went
That was a
well.
really good festival.
Like, as an attendee, I'll tell you straight up that was a good event. Now let's talk about where you think it could have gone better, constructively, of course.
Oh, yes, of course. There's always room for improvement, and I am very receptive to feedback. I know a lot of event directors or, people in positions of power typically don't like to hear feedback or, kind of, I guess it's an ego or pride thing. But I've learned to put that aside, the ego and the pride. And,
Yeah, as long as the thing makes sense.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, as long as it makes sense.
If
If
it's
someone's
like-
talking some BS, I
Yeah,
don't
if it's
wanna
like,
hear it, but-
I think the popcorn, you should have given out free popcorn. It's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, stuff like
thanks.
that.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I hear all types of stuff, but I mean, I think, quite honestly, I definitely just want to see, I think what can, be done a lot better is essentially ensuring that, in working with, the booth techs and stuff like that, we rehearse and we go over stuff just to make sure that things can be executed in a timely manner so there's no delay, during the actual award presentation, because there was always like about, I'd say, 10 to 15 second delay before the video would actually play.
So the video delayed a couple seconds and it,
Right,
stopped.
and it's not our fault. We edited everything perfectly. It was just their fault back there. I don't know what the hell they were doing back
Right,
there.
the tech from AMC that you hired.
Exactly.
Okay.
And essentially, it's easy. It's applause pay operation. And then after the show, they explained to me that,
Sorry.
they explained to me that the delay was as a result of them having to switch from house mic to Blu-ray. And I'm like, if that was the case, you could have told us that. I would have said, hey, here's your mic, and I would have used our DJ's mic, and that would have solved that problem.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest issue, and I'm not even afraid to say this, is just communication on their part, man. They have to. I'm very, very, very good at communicating. Case in point, when we had that delay because Channel 7 was running behind, I got on the mic and I just told people straight up.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, with events, you have to build trust with your audience. You
Yeah.
have to, if you just try to BS them and, they'll be here in 5 minutes and you don't give an update, people will know you're BSing them and they'll
And on
start
top
to
of
leave.
that, top of that, you are loyal to AMC. You've done
Exactly.
your business there for a few years, and they should want to take care of you and that type of stuff. Put a good tech on there. I'm sure he
They
did
should
his
wanna see
best,
the
but it
success
wasn't
of your
good
film.
enough for the level of your professionalism as far as your event
Right.
is concerned. They would have done better having a kid back there.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I was willing to just go back there myself. It's just obviously, they obviously don't want me to micromanage. I get it. You want to feel like you're doing your job, but I mean, it's a simple job to do.
Right.
And, they got offended when someone was like, oh, you have one job, but that was the exact truth. They
Yeah.
only had one job. Do press play and pause, please. I mean, it's not rocket science. I
Right.
kept saying
So-
that. It's really not. If I told them, hey, go back there and build me a rocket, I could understand there'll be a
Right.
delay in doing that, right? But if I just say press play and pause, please, you don't even have
Yeah.
to speak English to know how to press play and pause.
So when I got there around when everyone was on the blue carpet in the front. Everyone was very well dressed. Everyone looked nice, having a good time. I went into the theater. It was empty. I saw you running around. I said hi to you real quick. But I saw how busy you were that I didn't even want to talk to you to get the press passes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I managed to finagle in there because I had my camera equipment.
You didn't have any trouble getting in, though, right?
No,
Because your
no.
name was on the list, so you
No,
should
I
have
didn't
been
have
good.
any problem.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
have any problem.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of equipment. So I was like, people I guess knew that I was just there to, as press. But at one point I saw you walking around and then you had like these papers in your hand and you were like, why am I holding this? And then you put it down and you give it to somebody. And at that point I was like, man, this guy's really, everywhere right now.
Yeah, I lose literally every event I lose my mind. Seriously.
you
Not
were
literally,
everywhere.
but like, it's so much going on. And, I'm very good at managing and controlling things, but every now and then I sort of get, in that state of mind where I'm like, wait, why am I doing this again? And I have to snap
Right.
back to
Because we
reality.
micromanage.
Yeah.
Right,
A
because
lot.
it's a
I
little
have
thing.
to. I mean, I have to. People have given me crap for micromanaging since I started this, but it's a necessity.
Agreed.
Because, and don't get me wrong, I believe in my team. I do believe in my team, but at the end of the day, no one is going to give it the same passion and energy that I will.
Right.
Agreed.
Except for
Yeah.
Chico. They don't give the same passion as I do with everything.
Okay.
But if you can find people like that, and you had a couple people, right? You had some guys there that you were talking to.
Oh,
some
yeah.
girls.
Oh yeah, trust me, I love my team. I love my team. I believe in them. But at the end of the day, it's certain things that tend to fall through the cracks.
Yeah,
and
those are the things that you try to be under and pick up.
Exactly.
Which is why you had those stack of papers in your hand, probably.
Exactly.
And then you wondered, why am I holding this? And then you walked over. Now the delay part was interesting because your host, a very lovely actress, I forgot her name right now, but
Katana Malone.
Yeah, very beautiful. She got on the mic and after you did to explain the tardiness. And she pretty much invited people to come up and promote whatever they had going on.
Yeah, I told her to do that because I wanted the audience to stay entertained.
Yeah, and they were good. And people came up. I went up there. So it was about a good 6 people that went up, 2 minutes each. I was 4th. I got up there and I killed with my first joke. I made it like a stand-up routine. The first thing I said was, because the lady before me talked about crowdfunding for her film. So I went up and I said, yes, I'm also crowdfunding, but not for a film, just for me. So if anyone wants to donate, I'll be outside after the show. A wave of laughter came. And it just gave me an idea. If you ever have delays like that again, if I'm not around, of course, which I will be the next time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a stand-up comedian or somebody to entertain would be awesome.
100%.
You know, because they really liked that. They really enjoyed it, you know.
Right.
The other people who promoted their stuff, I don't know how effective that was in their promotion. It was for me because I guess I made them laugh and I did meet a couple people afterwards. But like someone to MC it in a funny way,
right?
You know, would be cool because
something like a Seth MacFarlane or like a
or even
like
my
Jimmy
boy
Kimmel at the Oscars type.
Exactly.
Thing.
Even my boy Kyle Grooms, you know, he's down to do it. Like he's great at those type of things. He did the BET Awards, the warming up the crowd and all that, and it just gave me an idea. If Channel 7 is late again, just throw up a stand-up, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Like now that you mentioned, I think that's the perfect idea because the thing is, you know, with events, whatever can go wrong will go wrong. 100%. It always happens. Like we plan everything perfectly. Everything was supposed to start on time. We were literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes behind schedule and ready to go, you know, just 2 minutes, which is pretty much on time for events.
Right.
And we were ready to go. And just then, you know, I'm looking around and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't see that Channel 7 camera. And it's like, we can't do this presentation without them here. So I wondered to myself, like, wait a minute, are they not showing, are they pulling a no-show? Because if they're pulling a no-show, then of course we'll proceed with the show, but it'll, you know, subtract from my credibility being that I told people they will be there.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I gave a call to the news desk and I said, hey, I'm just confirming if they'll be there. They're like, oh, what? Oh, who are you? I'm like, oh, and I told them who I am. And they're like, oh, yes, we do have that on schedule. Well, guess what? Our camera guy caught breaking news out in Miramar, so he's going to be there in about 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, how do I stall these people for 30 freaking minutes?
Yeah.
Like, you know, people get impatient. People are very unforgiving.
And you're patient because I would have said, dude, if this guy cameraman isn't here in 30 minutes, he's going to be breaking news, right? Because I mean,
it's Channel 7. You got to watch what you say. It's not like mom and pop press. It's Channel 7 news, man. It's mainstream news.
Inside, that's how it would have felt.
Yeah,
but I'm sure you were like, okay, thank you.
I just
we'll be here.
I just said, you make sure you keep me posted. I said, can you send me that guy's number so I could follow? And they did. You know, I'm surprised they did because obviously I would think they'd want to sort of, you know, shield their people's contact. And stuff. But you know, they did provide me with the contact, and they were good about it. So the guy showed up. He eventually got there, and I'm grateful that everyone was understanding. And again, that comes down to, you know, the idea to let people talk, which was good. The even better idea you presented to have a stand-up just in case. Right. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you know, it was good that I also got on the mic and just kept it real with people so they knew it's like, look, this is what's going on. So people knew at that time if I need to go to the bathroom or if I want to go take more pictures, I can do that.
Yeah, it didn't seem long back. To be honest.
Exactly, yeah. Because that's the thing. If you leave people sitting there and you don't tell them anything, they're going to get impatient. They're going to give up on you, man. Yeah, I've seen it happen.
It didn't seem long.
I was determined for that not to happen this time.
Right. No, as an attendee, a really unbiased point of view. It was my first time meeting you and being there. It went very well. I was very impressed. Very impressed. I could never do that off the bat right now, the way that you did it, especially in 4 months. I had a comedy event where I try to fill up 100 people, and it's in a month, and I want to shoot myself, you know. Like it's so hard to get people, and to have everyone in line like that, especially Channel 7. You were on 6 in the Mix.
Yeah, 6 in the Mix earlier in the week. Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the film festival and all that. It went really well, man. What else do you think? Or would like to see be better next time?
I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we pretty much had a sold out crowd. I mean, obviously there were a few seats that, still were not filled. So we want to make sure we fill every single seat next time. And that's easy to do. That's certainly easy to do. Yeah. Just a little bit more promotion, and other than that, I mean, everyone was great. I mean, people should donate more at the door, especially if they get free tickets. I mean, that would be helpful,
Yeah.
So we could actually make more money from the events. We certainly do not make enough money from these events at all. So, I mean, that's obviously one of the things that I'd like to see improve for sure, more revenue. So
it's a great way to connect for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone made connections. I met a few actresses myself.
Yeah.
And other people.
Mm-hmm.
The highlights of the night, as far as the award show, was the Stoneman Douglas kids getting that award.
Yes,
that was very nice. The way you presented it, and then this show called Mob Kings won like a lot of the
3
big
awards.
ones.
Yep, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Web Series.
Yeah, the dude who stars in it, he comes up. He's like, "Yeah, I did 20 years." And now I'm here. And I said, oh my God, this dude looks like he did 20 years too. I wanted to congratulate him, but I didn't want to end up missing either if I said it wrong or something.
Yep.
And then the actress from that show as well. It's very impressive, and it's very cool to see that they're on their 2nd season. How did you come across that show?
Well, it's a local production. I think here in South Florida, because the industry is so small, it's like if someone's doing a production, and especially if it's a good production, everyone's going to hear about it. Mm-hmm. And, quite frankly, if you're in the industry, you're going to want to be a part of it. So, as a festival director, I just, I knew that this was a local project, and, they're working hard doing their thing. And we like to recognize talent, especially local talent, because believe it or not, the vast majority of our submissions come from internationally or from outside of Florida.
Yeah.
Basically, we have a very low number of submissions from Florida, and that is due to the fact that there's not that many. Like, the industry is still growing here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was a Polish music video who was ripping. That dude was he could have been talking about I don't know, anything. Or
killing, like with the kind of the mannequin challenge type thing. That was so dope, bro. It was so phenomenal. Like, it was.
I was into
awesome.
it, dude. I was into that one.
Yeah.
The Mob King, I met a couple people who were doing a behind-the-scenes documentary for them and their journey, because they're on season 2, and supposedly now they're going to season 3 in Spain.
Yep.
They're going to be shooting.
They're doing it big.
They're doing it very big, and I was very impressed. And there was some good ones, and then a couple other ones from where else internationally. There was another one that came. Which one was the one you liked, Jessica?
Between Seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
That was one of my favorites.
That's a female director.
Nora.
Yeah, she's from New York. I'm not exactly sure, but I know she lives in New York.
Okay. Yeah, that one was a good one too. I was really impressed with the set designing on that one, and just the
cinematography.
The cinematography.
Oh yeah, they did well, man. I mean, any film that gets nominated in our festival is, a film of a very high quality.
Yeah.
We choose wisely.
It was very good. So that's it. Jessica, what did you think? I mean, Jessica, honestly, you went to go get nachos in the middle of it. I'm sorry I have to put you
love your nachos, man. She loves her nachos.
Oh, yeah? This is a thing?
That's a thing.
Wow, this is a thing. Okay.
You liked my nachos, too.
Whoa, what are we talking about now?
Okay. What is she talking about?
She said you like her nachos. Okay.
Yeah, I ate some of her nachos. I did.
You see? He's with me.
Okay.
The Miami Heat nachos are the best nachos.
Oh, okay. So you guys went to the Heat game. Right. You went to the Heat game before. And
we went to the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she
we had a meeting at the Heat game, and I was eating nachos while we were in the meeting watching the game.
Wow, okay. That's an awesome meeting. Great. How come I wasn't invited to that meeting? What the hell?
Well, I got 2 free tickets. So
okay.
I was like, hey, who do I give these tickets to? And I happened to be talking to her at the same time. You know what I mean? So she got lucky.
No, Jessica's the one who pretty much curated all this and connected our dots here, and very appreciative of her. So she could have all the nachos in the world. At least now I know how to pay you.
With cheese.
Great.
Nachos and cheese.
Yeah, pay her that. Make sure the cheese. Don't forget the cheese. And the jalapeno peppers.
But what did you enjoy? What did you enjoy of the whole thing? She looks stunning, by the way. You guys are going to see later.
I enjoyed everything. I liked doing the interviews and hearing out what all the filmmakers went through to get their films together. I also spoke to a couple of rappers and artists. So that's going to be in the interview portion too.
Cool. Yeah, great.
I had fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And everything came out really, really nice.
Thank you.
It did. And now the next event that you're throwing is some type of mini ceremony on a yacht.
Oh,
here
yeah. That's
in August.
Our signature event, man, the Grand IndieWise convention.
Okay. Did I mention, by the way, that my birthday's in August? So,
Oh, is it really? What part of August?
Whatever part the yacht party's in.
I was about to say he's trying to get tickets to the yacht party.
Whatever week that is, that's my birthday.
Oh, man, you come as fresh, you know you're good, man. No
Thank
worries.
you, brother. Thank you.
Yes, August 9th through 12th. So I'll make sure you guys get passes. Don't worry, because press passes for that is so exclusive and so limited, man. Because obviously everyone tries to come and say, "Hey, I'm press," because they don't want to pay. It is pretty pricey. Like tickets are like tickets start at like $120 for that.
Wow. What type of yacht? How many people?
Yeah, not that bad at all, right?
How many people fit on the yacht?
Well, as far as how many people actually fit, over 300, but we keep it exclusive because it's a big 125-foot yacht. It's called the South Beach Lady.
Wow.
And we keep it exclusive, and we only allow 200 people because we don't want, you don't want to be claustrophobic and packed up on a boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to have a
So
good
you want to
time,
be able
dance.
to move around freely and, not be bumping into people. So we limit it to 200.
Awesome.
And there's dinner included. Everyone gets a free drink. You get one free drink. We give you a drink ticket for one free drink. And then after that, you do what you want to do. We hire security, of course. And we make sure that we have, some intro speeches by whatever celebrity we have present. Last year we had Luis Guzman.
Oh, I love Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
Louis from the Hood on
Yep.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I love that guy, man. He's so underrated. He played Pachanga, for those who don't know.
Extremely underrated. He's in
Carlito's Way.
Narcos. He's in Code Black.
He was great in Narcos.
Yeah,
He was great he's great in everything. I love that guy.
Great guy, man. We had a good time. He
I would
came
think
through
you
with
were
his son.
little, say so much you love him, but okay.
Why? What do you
The way you were expressing your love for him was nice.
I love Latin actors who are good and underrated, and he's one of them that he deserves an Oscar as long as he's been in the business and as well as he played all those roles. Like, he's always a go-to guy.
Certainly.
He's definitely a go-to guy.
Definitely.
So that's awesome. This year, any idea, or are you going to keep that under wraps as a surprise as far as who's going to be on the yacht?
Oh, yeah. As far as celebrities, that usually gets confirmed last minute. I mean, celebrities have crazy schedules, so it's damn near impossible. Unless you're like Cannes or Sundance, it's damn near impossible to have a celebrity book this far in advance for an independent event like this. But it normally gets, decided last minute and stuff. But basically, what we have planned for that event is August 9th through 12th. We have Friday night, we do a yacht gala. I mean, we may move it to Sunday depending on how people feel. It's either going to be Friday or Sunday as the yacht gala. But we have, also as a part of the weekend, we have interactive workshops and presentations where filmmakers can learn about the different aspects of filmmaking, anything from directing, producing, drones, virtual reality, you name it. We provide workshops on it. We also have pitch sessions where filmmakers and artists can pitch their project, idea, script, or completed project.
That's cool.
For distribution opportunities.
Nice.
As well.
And a little mini award ceremony, you said, right?
No, there's no awards.
On the yacht?
There's
Okay.
no, we don't. The award on the yacht is what we did for the last widescreen, actually.
Okay.
But for this event, there's no awards, and let me just explain that pretty much. Our vision behind the convention, it follows a different festival, a different way of doing things. And it's a different business model altogether. Remember how I spoke earlier about how festivals tend to discriminate and they're political? Well, widescreen, follows that typical festival business
Format,
model.
right.
However, with the convention, it's totally the opposite. The convention is what we call equal opportunity. This is exactly what we do. If you pay your submission fee, that guarantees your screening. No questions asked. As long as your film has a quality sound and it's within a certain time limit, it guarantees your screening, right? Even if your film's not that good, we still screen it, right?
Okay.
And the reason we do that is because we know that, look, just because you make a crappy film today doesn't mean that tomorrow, you go and you make something stellar. Steven Spielberg will tell you his first film wasn't a masterpiece.
Right.
So we believe in giving people an opportunity to get the exposure, and not only get the exposure, because look, if you make a crappy film, then you need help, you need guidance. You know, my first film was crappy too, and it wasn't until someone kept it real with me and told me, yo, that sucks, you need to do this, try this, and I listened to them, and I said, you know what, the next film I make, I don't want them to say a word besides thanks and congrats.
And actually, you made your own film festival, and now your film is great. Like
exactly,
in it, you know?
Exactly. And for that reason, you know, we realized that we're like, look, these people just need an opportunity. No festival is going to accept their work. I mean, I'll keep it real. No festival will accept their work because it isn't up to the level of what a festival wants to showcase. It's just keeping it real. So we like, look, over 96% of filmmakers get rejected from film festivals. So there's a huge market of filmmakers who don't make it into festivals. So with the IndieWise convention, we've capitalized on that market, and as a result, last season we did over 400 filmmakers in over 80 countries.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Good for you, man. I'm really excited about the next events that you got coming up.
Definitely.
Let's plug. Where can people find you at? More information about the Widescreen Film Festival.
Well, I don't really do too much self-promotion per se. I think my businesses are me, so you know I'll just go ahead and give the plugs for the festivals themselves. I think right now I'll just focus on promoting the convention because you know Widescreen is over, so let me just focus right now on promoting the convention. Just hashtag Get IndieWise, GETINDIE wise. Hashtag Get IndieWise. You'll find all the details and information. Just follow that hashtag.
And that hashtag is it linked to any account in particular, or is this?
Yeah. Get IndieWise on.
Isn't it the
IndieWise? Yeah, on Instagram.
Something fest.
IndieWise on Instagram. IndieWise on Facebook. You know, they'll find it. Hashtag Get IndieWise. You can't miss it. That's the easiest way. Just give the hashtag because people like give a long list of social media. Quite frankly, people listening don't give a damn. They don't write it down.
No, they know gas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They know gas. Exactly. Right. So for that reason, we just keep it simple. Hashtag Get IndieWise. Boom. Right. If you want to look it up. If not, then hey, you'll hear about it.
Yeah, exactly. And you can find Jarrod Knowles. Just Google him. Find him on. You on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Yeah,
Jarrod Knowles, Widescreen.
I'm at the 5,000 friend limit, so that's why I didn't even bother to say that.
How about Instagram? You on Instagram too?
Oh yeah, I'm on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram is The Legend Jarrod.
At The Legend Jarrod. Okay.
JARROD. Jarrod.
There you go, brother. Thank you so much for coming through and talking to us, man.
My pleasure.
And once again, congratulations on a very stellar and successful festival. And I can't wait to join the next one. Be a part of it even more.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, sir. Jessica.
Thank you. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you for coming. What's up?
All right, now you can do your plugs. You already did them in the beginning, but
you can follow me on Instagram at Jessica Makeup by Jessica.
Okay, yeah, she's a great makeup artist.
Yeah, I'm not really good at promoting
Anything
myself.
Else? Oh, okay.
I said it wrong.
Okay.
I'll say it again.
You go ahead.
On Instagram at Makeup by Jessica, MAKEBY _ JESSIKAH.
And we're out.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yesterdays, I tried to build you, can't wash away. The feeling inside of me won't stop today.
Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here tonight.
My name is Juliana Toro, and I'm actually here to support Celine Alva and Ciro. They were nominated for Best Actress and Best Actor, so I'm here to support them today.
Hi, my name is Celine Alva. I am nominated for Best Actress under the category of Web Series for The Mob King, which is a series I'm in.
On behalf of the Widescreen Film and Music Video Festival, I would like to present this award to the Stoneman Douglas High School on behalf of the Widescreen Film and Music Video Festival.
I'm the mayor, the proud mayor of the city of Aventura, and we are delighted to host this film festival. I think every year for 4 years, Aventura has had a part in one part or another in presenting this festival and helping to host it. And I'm delighted to be here tonight for a number of reasons.